pack. Who made you 6 pack? I'm like, the video cracker says, "Who waste it in our money they kill her." Who sing that song like that?
No, welcome everyone to another episode of WhizkotUK. On this channel, we delve into most pressing issues of our time. If you are new here, I will entreat you to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button. You will be the first person to be notified. Let me ask this question. Do you know the Home Office granted about 3.4 million visas to immigrants, and among these, about 606,000 were granted under the working visa? How are these immigrants navigating in terms of job seeking? Today, we are fortunate to have a special guest who brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to this discussion. Help me welcome Rita Dami, a health professional, social media activist, and influencer as well. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Kindly subscribe to this channel for me. Have you done it? Welcome to the channel.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Not all sweet too.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Yeah, that's fine. So when you go to gov.uk, statistically, the Home Office issued about 3.4 million visas at the end of 2023. Visitors alone had a little over 560,000. When it comes to the working visa, where our conversation is going to be centered, they issued about 616,000. Just imagine. How is UK?
UK. Where do I even start from? Anyway, to me, UK is so far not so bad. It's peaceful. I like the environment. I like the culture, the diversity in a lot of people. Immigrants are all over. We have a lot of cultures and everything. So I would say so far not so bad.
Why did you Japan? I think I'm being told you were doing well in Ghana.
Oh my God, I know.
You were a big girl. You are driving one of the most expensive cars in Ghana. Fast forward, you Japan. Why? Why did you Japan?
Anyway, do you know this Samini song?
Tell
me. Let me just give you one lyric. Saudi. Like, you know, Samini is from our side. So the song means that if you don't go out there, how are you going to feed? So, but let's boil down to the question. For the sake of time, I have 3 major reasons why I have to Japan. First, minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Yes. And as a government worker back in Ghana, they pay us monthly.
Yeah.
And I would say for somebody like me and anybody that have probably a background like mine, and where you have to start building everything from scratch. There is no any benefit or inheritance anywhere for you to. Your first hand job to me is your hustle. That's your first hustle that is going to lead you to every other dream that you want to achieve.
Yeah.
If you are someone like me without support from anywhere. So finishing school and getting my first job is my first hustle. And I feel like if I am a white collar worker, I have a white collar job, like you dress, you go to office, you work for somebody, that is your first hustle. And living in general is a business. So if I am going to look around and secure a good deal for my hustle, why not? So I don't have a business on my own now, but with the profession that I have and my privilege to education, I knew very well that there are other environments that I can venture into, and my hustle will be more rewarding enough for me to be able to achieve my goals.
Let me not cut you short. So Ghana is one of the countries that is blessed with a lot of natural resources. We have the cocoa, the gold, and all those things. You could have made it in Ghana.
I could have made it.
Yeah.
Well, it's possible, but I'm just going to be real.
Just be real on this show. We talk real. We talk fast.
Yes, I'm going to be real here. It's unfortunate that we have all that it takes
Yeah.
for our systems to work in our favor. But I would always say we have a very bad leadership that are unable to utilize these resources to set the environment rolling for we the youth to be able to triumph. So because of that, it makes people like us who are coming from backgrounds that we really don't have that much support. You are not well connected.
Yeah.
You don't have people who are up there that are willing to pave way for you. Because for me, I always believe that no matter what, we all need people
Definitely.
to be put in place so that we can reach where we want to go. And all of these things are lacking. And I keep saying myself, I use myself as an example because I'm not from Atamil's family. I'm not from J.A. Kufuor's family. But when you read through even history of how our successful people who are at the top, somehow, some way, they are always connected. Even political affiliations, it's history. Nana Akufo-Addo, they will tell you the father was in the political front line, and
Definitely.
there is a future for him. That is why he's been able to become the president of this country. You read about all the top officials who have access to some of these opportunities, and it just confirms to you that you can't just you can build from grass to grace, but it's not that rosy. So for someone like me, you only have to dwell on the opportunities that you can also lay your hands on. Maybe set the basics for the next generations that will come after you.
You are right. So I know you have. It's not been quite a long time in the UK. So any regrets? That's a big question, yeah. Because you were okay in Ghana, man. You were living in your mansion, driving your expensive car. Any
White of
regrets?
correction, no mansion anyway. Like someone would say, I'm a very huge fan. I'm from ghetto youth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I would not say is regret. I would just say is emotions that comes with finding yourself in a new environment. I have a lot of anxieties leaving behind families and maybe some good friendships that I have, and then moving on and coming to a totally different environment, different continent, that I have to navigate everything all by myself because I barely have family here that can maybe support me in whatever that I decide to do. So it kind of sometimes makes you question yourself. Like I would say, I'm in a state of self questioning where when things are tougher, I would maybe just find myself feeling like, did I really make the right decision of coming here or something like that? But it's just a snipe away and you get back on track. And so far, no regrets, just only normal
No
emotions.
regrets, just only normal emotions. I think when you all came here, we faced some few challenges. So, dealing with your side, what are the few challenges that you encountered when you came to the UK, and how were you able to solve them? Because anyone coming to the UK and watching this might want to know the challenges you might encounter in the early days in UK.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. One of the things I realize is that when you are back in Ghana, the perception about how the job market is. It's always like, oh, job is everywhere. You come and you just get it. You just apply and you are sorted out. So the first thing that was always in my mind was that I never imagined I would maybe struggle or go through some months like I did without a job. Because of probably what I used to hear when I was back in Ghana. But then when I got here, then life humbled me a bit. Yeah, it humbled me a bit. And I would not say it's because there were no jobs. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe probably because I am still learning a lot of things, how to navigate the job market, how to even be able to put together my CV to make sure that
You meet there.
I meet the requirement for some particular jobs, and also how to even put myself, like in terms of my knowledge and experiences, how to be able to put myself together to qualify for that spot. Because one thing I realized was that regardless of the essay you can have on your CV, it boils down to the fact of how you can prove your CV to the
Yeah.
people. And me not having any experience, it was quite difficult, like as an experience within here, which they prioritize so much. It
Yeah.
became so difficult for me even securing an interview, because the moment you read somebody go through your CV and it's in Ghana, Africa, it's like,
You
oh
have no
no.
experience.
So those were some of the challenges, but like I said, I am open minded. I
Mhm.
ask questions a lot, and I always say that sometimes social media is helpful depending on how you navigate it. So for me, navigating through my way out of all these challenges was mostly through social media,
Well,
because
how? I think
I
throw
would
more
go
light on that.
on
How?
I go on TikTok live sometimes. So
Mhm.
when I got here first, I would just ask questions. There were people that would come on my live, and most of them were like based here, some US, and
Other
some
parts of
within
it.
other surroundings within the UK. They really helped out. They gave me a lot of information that really, really, really helped me to sort myself out. Uh-huh.
So you mean you are sorted now?
How do I?
Yeah. So per your little experience, as you said, you advise anyone earning, let's say, more than 5K in Ghana to travel to the UK. Just be honest and be real. Will you advise anyone earning more than
Okay,
5K back home
okay,
in Ghana?
okay. Right. Anything that I would say regarding this will just be based on me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want any
Your
other
personal.
person to, so, but for me, I would say that if you know me and you know where I'm coming from, and you kind of have a similar life experiences and challenges like myself, still japa oh japa,
5K. 5K can do a
still
lot in Ghana.
japa, still japa, because um that's why I said if you are like me, that you have a lot of responsibilities. And beside the finances aspect, one of I like I mentioned the two major reasons why I
Jackpot.
left. I jackpot. Yeah. So some of one another key thing that people have to realize is not just all about the money.
Sure.
Sometimes the environment and the experiences, even setting future for the next generation, is very important.
Good.
So for me, I feel like if you are earning 8,000 in Ghana, and you are someone like me with a background like me, that
Yeah.
you need all the support you can get, all the opportunities you can grab, because you have a lot of work. In fact, God made you rich enough to build
Take care
from
of thousands
grace to
people.
grass to grace,
Grace. Yeah.
not the other way around. So there are a lot of responsibilities, and it depends on your responsibilities. If you're in Ghana and you are earning maybe like 5K, 8K, and your background is okay, you don't have
Any
mother or
responsibility.
siblings or anything, maybe you can cope. But if you are like me and you are determined, you want the next generation after you to have probably a solid background that they can triumph, an environment where there are a lot of opportunities for them to actually move forward, I would still tell you that you need to reconsider your decision. And
Let's talk about let's get into the figures. So only last year, UK alone, there were about 3.4 million people. as I said, the working visa alone, 616,000. For students, 606,000. So most of the time with the student, they come along with their dependents, and their dependents are allowed to work. The students are allowed to do 20 hours.
20.
And the working visa, those who are working visa will also be looking
Look
for job.
for a job.
Was it that difficult for you to get job? Because I know a lot of people who are in the UK and they are not getting job. Was it that difficult for you?
Yeah, on that grounds, I personally think that um, I won't generalize it because there are other parts of the UK that um, are less choked in terms of population. So I didn't want to actually um, just limit my experience to the environment that I am in the UK and maybe make a general statement about job difficulties and all that. Because when I started asking questions regarding job issues, I had a lot of other people giving me areas that they were actually demand for
Jobs.
jobs. But it has to do with the fact that I was maybe at the heart of
London.
London, capital of Great Britain, capital of England.
England, yeah.
Everybody wants to be
Yeah.
here. Everyone wants to set up a life here and all that. So for me, I saw it to be like it's like you being in Accra
Mm-hmm.
back in Ghana and you are job hunting, and someone probably is somewhere within the north where it is less choked and
Yeah.
you can easily get an opportunity to work there. So I just had to assess a lot of things to be able to calm myself down and don't take it so personal as some people would take it. But all in all, I can still say that there is still a good side because with all of these figures, but I realize that the maximum the average person, an average immigrant would last to get a job within the UK or maybe in the diaspora, it's like I hear things like maybe maximum 6 months and all that. And I happen to also fall within that category. Some have it earlier than that, but I just still feel that it's not so bad, but it's real that you don't get it firsthand and you have to calm down and just
Okay,
give
so
yourself
let's dig more to the job aspect. So, per your experience, and as you said, the average waiting time
period.
period, let's say 6 months, 5 months, 6 months. Is there any advice you want to give it to your female colleagues, your friends back home who wants to travel to the UK? Any advice? Because
Yeah.
there are perception out there that before you come to the UK, you have to learn some handy job. Do you support that idea?
It's good, but this is to the individual. It's
Mm-hmm.
not everybody that would know how to do all of the things that people talk about. So for me, what I'll tell any other person that is coming from Ghana is if you know that you have interest in a trade,
Mm-hmm.
that you love to do it. I always think that your passion for something is going to make you grow. If you don't have the passion for it and you just listen to the fact that someone is telling you that if you do this and come here, you are going to blow, you would not be able to effectively work on that and
Sure.
then prosper. So for me, I would rather advise that what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are also people that are not just doing hair or even business, but by the virtue of the fact that they have the knowledge. Even how you communicate can
Yeah,
make you blow.
definitely.
Your charisma, your there are people who have talent in talking, public speaking, and all that. They are all there. So you, the individual, what do you want? My second thing I would advise anybody coming
Mm-hmm.
from, let me just Africa into the Western world is let your guard down. If you are somebody that is so obsessed with big titles, like you love to dominate,
Professor,
you professor,
doctor.
maybe you are back home, you are senior principal officer of pharmacy, and you are coming here, you have to be calming down.
Stay cool.
Because stay cool, because you have to start from scratch. That is how their system is.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that who you are not qualified for it. But just bear in mind that we're in a different environment, a whole different system. They trust what they produce and not what another country produce. So it doesn't mean that if you are educated and of high rank and you find yourself here and you have to start because you were not trained here, don't take it to be like it's a
Yes.
it's just another environment setting you to roll with them and let them recognize you for who you are. So you have to be humble enough to embrace anything that you lay your hands on, because that is your step.
So there's perception out there that London guys, they hardly approach ladies. Is that true? What's your opinion on this?
I feel like I'm still too young to give
No,
an
at
opinion
least.
on that. But once you ask, let's see how it goes. Before I came, from what I gathered, it was like if you are in Western world, you don't even have the chance of getting a man to approach you. Like they don't greet each other. But when you even greet, it looks like you something is worrying you. But for my, short time here, I feel like it's not as bad as people exaggerate it to kind of be. But I would say probably maybe because I'm also at the heart of town, where you meet a lot of people. Where I am, there are a lot of people going, and also for a fact that I'm a social media person, and I mingle a lot. So for me, it's like nothing has really reduced for me. And ordinarily, sometimes I step into the bus and I'm going for my hustle, and I get nice compliments, and I'm like, is it not this place they say people don't see people? But and sometimes I'll be like, why?
So that means
That kind of thing.
what people
so
have been
for me,
saying,
it's not really that bad.
yeah.
But if, of course, you are somebody that would hide yourself indoors, this world is so open. It's not like you have to hit on the streets to meet people. But if you are also a bit active on social media, you can still get your game on, getting engaged, getting commented about. If people don't see you, how will they talk about you? So you house yourself the whole day in the house. You don't step out, you don't use your phone to interact. People will not see you. You have to be.
I think that's one of the main problems we are having. Of course, someone might spend 5 days of the day at work, 7 days of the day at work. So how do you expect people to interact or someone to make compliment you?
Yeah.
So one big question: six pack or money man?
Hey. Oh my gosh. It's even funny.
It's very, very funny.
Is it not obvious? 6 packs. Who made this 6 packs? And I'm like, the video cracker says, soup way sweet in our money they kill them. Who sing that song like that?
No,
you can only look good in your 6 packs, but it's when I eat well and that I can see that beauty. Everybody knows that when you are hungry, everything looks ugly. Your eyes.
True.
So obviously, I would go for it's not even.
Are you sure?
6 packs should not be in the list. Maybe you can say not for money, but for 6 packs,
So what does loyalty mean to you? Loyalty.
For me, I think loyalty is staying committed in doing your due diligence. Anything that you have to do in life, you have to be committed to it. You have to be consistent, and that would in turn make you build trust around people, around your work, around your relationships. So for me, loyalty, I just see it to be like staying consistent and committed in whatever that you are doing, be it in relationship. You don't shower someone with love and the next minute you are showing the person shege. Kilo day. The Nigerian people will
Kilo
say.
day. Kilo day.
What's up?
What's up? Kilo day. Rita, thanks for coming. So before we sign out, do you have anything to tell my viewers watching you from back home, Nigeria, Senegal, Indians, anything to tell them before we sign out?
I have a lot, but let me just summarize it. If you get the opportunity, come on. Are you not liking how my skin is glowing? It's good. You should come. If you get the opportunity and you have a background like me, you get the opportunity, grab it. Please, the perception that here you have to work 24/7 like a donkey. It is not a Oyibo man telling you you don't have right to breathe. It is because of the African in you, when you see more money, when you know that if you work extra, you will get money. That is what is making us work our ass out. You can work, some will work the whole week. It does not mean that you don't have right to rest. No, that is not how the system is designed to be. Because mostly they are the people that will come and tell you that here is difficult, so you will not get anybody to talk to, you will not get anybody to laugh with. It's difficult. But ask yourself, they've been here for decades. They are old, but they don't even still want to go back home. What is holding them if it is that bad? So for me, my advice to any young person, if you are in your 20s, if you get to this country or the West early enough, you are certainly going to live your dreams. You are going to achieve your dreams. There is a guarantee that whatever that you dream to have back home, you are going to achieve it. So, love you all and see you.